Welcome to the Barker Podcast Collection.
Children behave, that's what they say when we're together. And watch how you play, they don't understand, and so we're running just as fast as we can.
Welcome to the Not Watching Podcast. My name's Rob Howard, and this week I'm joined by
John Martin
and Marcus Hurley.
You can contact us on email at notwatchingpodcast@gmail.com or follow us on Twitter at notwatchingpod. Hot off the press today, the Dark Tower movie looks like it's finally going ahead. This has been in development for ages. Ron Howard at one point was the favourite to be looking after. That's Ron Howard, not to be confused with me, by the way. But yeah, there was talk that they were going to make it as like a movie trilogy and also have a TV show that sort of took care of some of the other parts of it and stuff. It was going to be massive. But anyway, they've said today, Stephen King tweeted, "It's official, the man in black fled across the desert and the gunslinger followed. Hashtag Dark Tower movie at McConaughey at Idris Elba."
That's a pretty fucking cool cast though, isn't it?
It is.
Like them two together in a film will be good. Well, a TV show rather. Is it a TV show or film?
It's going to be a movie, to be released January next year. Cool. They'll be making that. That's quite a quick turnaround. They're going to turn it all around in less than a year. But I don't really know what's involved because I haven't read it. I've just heard it sort of mentioned in these sort of very fawning ways. Like everyone reckons it's amazing.
So is it a comic or it's a book or I don't know, I haven't read any of it.
It's 8 novels and assorted comic books.
Right, okay.
So it's like this huge epic tapestry of stuff that they're going to make a movie of. And I imagine that it won't cover everything. No. So I guess maybe the original plan was for the movies to cover the novels and then for the TV show to cover the comics. That would kind of make sense, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, they're directing it's this guy Nikolai Arcel, who was a writer on Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, the Swedish version of that. So,
okay.
But yeah, he's planning to start shooting in 7 weeks, which sounds about right. Better get a wriggle on if you want to have it out next January. We're almost into March.
So what? I mean, this is kind of a big deal, then, is it? Like a lot of people are into this one. Yeah,
apparently so. Yeah. I mean, I don't know why. I think it's like a western, but it's also fantasy, and it covers a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, it's sort of a bit sci-fi as well, and some of it's set in contemporary times.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, so yeah, should be good. Something to look forward to, hopefully. What other film stuff we got? I just quickly mentioned that, Star Wars ended up getting pushed back. Episode 8 has been pushed back to Christmas 2017, so we've got 6 months more to wait for that, although we do have Rogue One before that. But yeah, I think it just hit the sweet spot for them to put out Episode 7 at Christmas. It just works with all the merchandising and stuff. I think they did really well with that, and they've got no other competition over the summer. It's almost unfair to put it out in the summer, isn't it? Because it's just like no other film's going to get a look in.
Just nuke the charts, don't you?
Yeah. There was some casting news as well. Gwendolyn Christie confirmed she'll be back because lots of people were speculating that Phasma got nuked out of existence at the end of 7, but I don't think they're going to squander their brilliant casting choice
or shiny
like that.
armour.
Yeah. Benicio del Toro and Laura Dern are going to be in Episode 8. Benicio del Toro no doubt playing some sort of villain, I imagine. Yeah, so that's happening.
Awesome.
What else have we got here? There doesn't look like we're going to get any Terminators for a while. They've removed the sequel to whatever that Genesis thing was. That's been removed from Paramount's schedule. So
good. They can spend that money and that time making something good instead.
Yes.
Yeah, it performed really badly it only got like 89 million in the US. Compare that to what
Wow.
Deadpool made the other week. You know, it's,
Yeah.
it's just not good enough.
Definitely not.
And we've been getting information surfacing about the new Predator movie. Looks like Predator 4 is moving forward. This is one that's being done by Shane Black, who did the last Iron Man movie, I think.
Okay.
So that'll be cool.
I hope they make it massively violent and bloody and evil.
Well, I like the fact that they're calling it The Predator, which means they're probably going back to a single foe, sort of stalking. It's almost a bit like back to the original.
Yeah, that'll be good.
So yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, they've said that it's not a reboot; it's more of a continuation, which is fine. I mean, what do they need to reboot exactly?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Get to the newer chopper. That's about it.
Yeah. Looks like Pacific Rim 2 is definitely happening again. It's been off and on, and now they've given it a director, Stephen DeKnight, who was one of the writers behind the Spartacus TV show. He's going to be handling that. I guess Guillermo del Toro is probably going to be producing it in some sort of capacity, but yeah, it'd be good to see that. I don't know if it will be quite as genius as what del Toro did with it, but who knows? The world's been set up for him, so yeah, I'll be happy to see more of that stuff. Definitely. And talking of big monsters, there's a new Cloverfield movie coming out later this month, in fact. Dan Trachtenberg, who was formerly a producer on the awesome Totally Rad show that I used to watch on YouTube loads. Part of the reason they stopped doing that show was because Dan, he used to direct commercials, and he made a short film called Portal No Escape, which was like a fan film of the Portal video game.
Oh wow!
And that pulled in a whopping 2.5 million viewers almost as soon as it was released online, which got him lots of interest in Hollywood, and he's been trying to get various films made. He was involved in an adaptation of Y the Last Man for a while, but that never happened, and then it was suddenly announced they're doing this new Cloverfield movie. Bad Robot are doing it. So 10 Cloverfield Lane looks like a very different film to Cloverfield, in that it's like John Goodman and a couple of younger people sort of shut in what looks like an air raid shelter.
Yeah,
so
like a Fallout bunker sort of thing, isn't it? 'Cause it's...
Yeah, the trailer was pretty cool, I thought. So yeah, that's
starts
one
off with the whole family around the table, gets darker and darker and darker, and then
yeah, and it's got the music playing. It's quite a recognisable tune. I can't remember exactly what it is.
No.
But yeah, it looks like it's going to be a fairly small scale film. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a bit of a chamber piece where it's mostly them three in it. It doesn't give away enough, so it could go either way, really.
Well, I'm intrigued because it's not shaky cam already.
Yeah, exactly. Looks like it's going to be a completely different kind of film.
Because I think the first film I really would have enjoyed, because I think that shaky cam just left me with a weird taste. Probably nausea, but
yeah.
But because I really was looking forward to it, and I saw it, and I saw the cast, and the cast were just instantly dislikable. But some of the set pieces of that film was amazing, like when they're going across the two crashed skyscrapers, and you've got the monster coming towards them in the background, and you're just like, oh God, hurry up, oh God, she's got a rebar through her, she's not going to make it. Which seems to be a thing these days now. So let's get through some of this TV news we've got. Some of this is quite old, so we might not even talk about it. But first of all, I thought this was quite good. Brian Fuller will be the showrunner on the new Star Trek show. So Brian Fuller actually got his start in TV working on Deep Space Nine and Voyager. So who better, after the work he's done elsewhere, to look after the next Star Trek TV show? So what do you guys think about that then? it'd just be interesting to see what they do, because I think they've done a lot over their many, many different Star Trek series. So where did they go with this one?
Yeah, I think this is... Go on.
No, I was saying they've done the whole literal deep space exploration and Next Generation. They say on a space station they hurled a ship to the far reaches of the galaxy.
Yeah.
And then they did a prequel.
Maybe they're going to take it old school and just make it all about misogynism and knocking out alien girls.
But then you've got... But that's the thing, you've got the remastered original series for that.
Well, yeah, but no, I think you're right, John. I think it should be about, like, I mean, what made Star Trek, what makes all good sci-fi good is that they are able to tackle things that people aren't comfortable talking about, you know, for real, like in a more realistic way. You know, Battlestar Galactica was great for that. I never really watched Deep Space Nine because I found it counterintuitive to my conception of what Star Trek was, which was going around to planets and
a lot
seeking out new life and new civilizations and all that shit.
I found it one of the better sort of drama series of the franchise, to be honest, because they were stuck on the one place, and it was almost like, even though they weren't travelling around, but then they kind of changed the format, built a mini warship, and then did the whole exploring thing and brought everything to them. And growing up, it was for a long time actually my probably favourite of the series.
Yeah, I know a lot of people really rate it. I just never really got on with. I just didn't. I never watched it. I just didn't watch it. But I'd like to.
I always like probably Next Generation best.
Yeah, Picard.
Yeah,
making it so.
Yeah, right.
And the holodeck and all that. Yep.
I was like a beard like that. When I was a kid, I was like, when I grow up, I'm going to grow a beard just like Commander Riker's.
See, you and millions of people did that, and then the hipster movement was formed.
Do you think it's all his fault?
And then he shaved it off, and everyone was like, "What?"
Yeah, you're not even who you are anymore.
Yeah, but he's from the future. He saw what it caused.
Yeah, maybe. It's like all skinny jeans and craft beer everywhere.
Yeah, and of course we have Will Wheaton. And his legacy after all of that stuff. Yeah, cool. So that'd be good. What do you guys think about the Top Gear thing? Like they announced, well, first of all they announced that Matt LeBlanc's going to be on it, which was weird. But now they've announced the full lineup, which has some people that have been on there before. Obviously the Stig.
Yeah.
Sabine
Schmidt was interesting.
Official Top Gear as opposed to actual Top Gear, which is now on Amazon or whatever.
This is it. Yeah, I know it's now split into like two tangent realities. So yeah, and yes, and do we even care? I mean, I don't know if I care at all, really.
No.
I just found it kind of funny.
I'll check it out. It'll be interesting to watch it. It might be mildly intriguing, you know. But other than that, yeah. I mean, to be honest, I was watching. Sorry, go mate.
I was just going to say, if he does the whole thing as the character of Joey from Friends, then I'd probably watch it.
Fun.
But
yeah. I just wonder if they're going to air at the same time, because they've said the Amazon one that the other lot are doing, or the actual proper lot are doing. That's going to be like weekly, even though it's going to be on the streaming platform. So it would be like really funny if they just, because Amazon could just drop it the same week.
Yeah,
that'd be kind of mental. Or they could stagger them, so you get two of those sort of shows and it's all year long or something. I don't know. But yeah, there's that. This was new today. Actual new news is they've announced people that are going to be in Fortitude Series 2. Did we all watch Fortitude?
I did, yeah. I did.
Did you watch that, John?
I didn't watch all of it. I started watching it and I was going to revisit it, but I haven't got around to it yet.
Yeah.
I remember selling you on it, or trying to. I think I watched the first one round yours. And
that's right. Yeah,
I enjoyed that enough to watch the rest of it, but no, it was all right. But yeah, we've got Michelle Fairley, who was Cat Stark in Game of Thrones. Couldn't wait to get near the snow again, obviously. Robert Sheehan from Misfits, and Ken Stott, who was a dwarf in The Hobbit.
Wow.
And has been in lots of other things. But yeah, I was just like, it just reminded me that it was happening, actually. Although I think it was on this time last year. It was fairly early on in the year, I seem to remember. And I don't think this is going to be out until like the end of this year.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think we watched it while we were waiting for somebody to turn up so we could watch the latest Game of Thrones on the projector.
That's right, something like that.
So it'd be about like a month from now or whatever that it came out last year.
Yeah. It was really grim. It's one of the grimmest things I've ever seen. But I do worry that it sounds like, oh, it's in the same place and there's another murder. I do worry that it might suffer from like what Broadchurch did. Although Broadchurch didn't even bother doing that. That was just a court case about the first one. So maybe they are doing the right thing by doing something else in that location. But yeah, I guess there's yeah, I unless I hear really good things, I don't know if I'll go back, because to be honest, this was sold on the strength of its amazing cast, and let's just say there's a reason that they're having to add more people to it. You know?
Well, I was also disappointed by the big reveal as well.
Oh yeah.
Because it seemed to be leaning in one direction, and then it didn't take it to its, what I think should have been its inevitable conclusion to set up a nice sequel. But
yeah, well, it could have gone a bit more far-fetched than it did. Is that what you were saying?
I was hoping it would. I mean, you know, the more you watched, some of the things you were watching on screen, you were just like, oh my god, this is actually happening. It's in my screen, but it's happening.
And I can't unsee that.
I can't unsee this ever again. Even now, I actually had a shudder just thinking about some of it.
So I couldn't believe it. I mean, is it that polar bears get experimented on by scientists and become crazed, killer, super intelligent Sharknado bears? Or
that's what Marcus wanted to happen.
John, you should have posted that into them.
Yeah. What I'm thinking is Deep Blue Sea, but with polar bears in the Arctic.
Crisp white snow.
Yeah, crisp white. Crisp white bears.
Some of the stuff had me shouting at my TV like I was shouting at James Franco. It was that rough.
Shitting in your hands, Franco. It's not big and it's not clever.
I was like, Fortitude, no! What is going on? Oh well.
Some of our loyal listeners must be just like, why is it every time someone mentions James Franco, they talk about him shitting in his hands? What's that about?
That's what he does.
Just what he does.
Yeah, it's not what he does, it's what he makes other people do. We are referring to a film called, he was a director of that, wasn't he? He directed it. What was it called, that one? God, he's got so much going on. Child of God.
Oh yeah, that was it, yeah.
In question, yes, from 2013. One of his early directorial efforts.
Special projects.
Yeah. Okay, just got some quick things to hammer through here. Looks like 24 is going to go ahead without Jack Bauer. Corey Hawkins, who was last seen on The Walking Dead with dreadlocks, is going to be the lead role, apparently. He was also in Straight Outta Compton. He was playing Dre in that. So
wasn't very good in The Walking Dead, was he?
He's still in it.
Yeah, he's not very charismatic or interesting. But it might just be the role, but
yeah, I don't think whatever he's doing in The Walking Dead isn't justifying him doing anything else, really. But I think he's doing all right with what he's being given there. But he's just playing a bit of a side character. I think it's kind of an early gig for him, and I won't be surprised if he gets killed off fairly soon, knowing that he's got this other thing coming up.
Yeah.
They
potential
confirmed,
fodder.
Yeah, potential fodder, red shirt indeed. Season 2 of Jessica Jones is definitely happening. That wasn't a definite thing, because I always thought that the next thing we were going to see her in would be The Defenders. But But yeah, at the moment they don't even know how they're going to manage it. But because it's like people like Jessica Jones, we must give them more. So the ultimate goal is to do this whole team up thing. But when they'll get round to it, who's to know? Yeah, just more seems to be Netflix's mandate these days. So yeah. What else? Yeah. Oh, and on the subject of Netflix, we're getting 3 more seasons of Orange is the New Black. That's quite old news. That's been out there for a while, but I don't know. That's one long 18 months, eh?
Yeah, gonna wring like every last drop of potential cash out of that one, really.
Oh, yeah. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if Piper's character, disappears and they carry on without her, because they've built everyone else up so much.
Yeah.
They could kill her off and it could still keep going, I think.
Yeah, she's kind of almost annoying at this point. Like, yeah. Prefer it if she wasn't in it.
Yeah. Fair enough. Kevin Smith is directing an episode of The Flash.
Wow.
Okay, cool.
Which good for him. I don't know how much difference that'll make, unless he was on Hollywood Babylon actually, and they said he was saying, people are expecting it will be full of pop references and Jay will turn up, but it's like, no, he's just honoured to be offered it, really. So
yeah,
I don't know. Cool. I wouldn't be surprised if Jay has a little cameo, maybe.
Well, it'll just be The Flash versus Blunt Man and Chronic, isn't it? That's all pretty much it will be.
That's it. Yeah,
that'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
With Mark Hamill turning up again. Because he always turns up in that now.
Does he? What, in The Flash?
Yeah. He plays... Oh, God, I can't remember now.
Oh, wow, that's
yeah, Mark Hamill's in it. He pops up he's one of the villains. He pops up every now and then. Oh, I can't remember now. Damn it.
Cockknocker.
I'm going to have to Google that.
The Trickster, that's it.
Oh, okay. Wow, I did not know he was in that. Oh yeah, the Trickster. Cool. He's got quite a lot of things
because he doesn't look as old as he did on Star Wars. So that's why
he's probably not got the beard, has he?
Yeah.
Makeup maybe
Mark
as
Hamill.
well.
On his IMDb page, it's just known for Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars, and Star Wars.
Some video game voiceovers and more Star Wars later on.
And the Joker, yeah.
Yeah.
Which he said he'd never do again, but he does seem to be doing again. But you never know. You can't take the Joker out of the man sometimes, I guess.
No.
Right, okay, moving on. Inside Number 9. I don't know if any of you guys have seen this, but I recommended it a while back. I caught up on it all last year. It's the 2 guys from League of Gentlemen doing some sort of one-off, like each episode's different. It's really good. But yeah, they've announced they're doing a 3rd season of it, which is really cool, because they didn't know if they would or not. They've announced a lot of the cast for it, so it's all full swing ahead, I think. But yeah, I don't know if these are real big names. They probably are on British TV, but Philip Glenister, he was in Life on Mars. But yeah, it's all kind of irrelevant, really, because they could all be playing like really different roles to what they usually do in this. But yeah, I recommend catching up on that.
Cool.
What else we got? They might be making a movie of Deadwood.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Yeah, if they can get everyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's been talk of it for ages. It's David Milch, the creator. He's kind of always had it in his back pocket to do, but it would be quite an undertaking to set up again. I mean, any Western is, I guess.
Yeah,
but yeah,
McShane's going to be on this series of Game of Thrones, isn't he?
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know how full his schedule is from doing that. I don't know how long he's in. He might just turn up and get promptly dispatched by someone, but
yeah, stranger things have happened on that show.
Yeah,
might Sean Bean it.
Yeah. Okay. Almost at the end here. There's this one I'm particularly interested in, and I don't know how far along it is, but basically, Arthur Ranson, he created a comic for 2000 AD back in the day called Button Man, which was used in a way as the basis for a show that you introduced me to, John, called was that
can't remember what it's called, but I know the one you mean.
Yeah, it's got Matey from Heroes in it, hasn't it? What was that called? It was like those really short episodes, wasn't it?
Yeah, where, like you've got to kill the person, or
I'm gonna find it. Chosen.
That's it. Chosen.
I was thinking, I was going to say Closer, but I knew it was like that sort of, not that.
Not that.
Chosen was, it's kind of, basically the idea behind Button Man was, it was, actually I think Ranson was the artist on it, because it was John Wagner who wrote it, but basically, this guy ends up in this sort of kill or be killed game played by rich men, and it was absolutely fantastic at the time. I have the originals of. They actually did four like runs of it in 2000 AD over the years, but I only read the first one. But yeah, apparently Bad Robot have optioned it as a potential TV show.
Oh, right.
So yeah,
he made Buffy, was it?
Who?
Did they make Buffy? Bad Robot?
Bad Robot did Lost.
Oh, okay.
Most recently, a little film called Star Wars.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's Abrams, basically. So Abrams has optioned it, but, Abrams can't... I don't imagine it's personally Abrams, but that's his production company.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're going to make a pilot, and if the pilot's a success, a series will follow. So yeah, that'll be good if that happens. And finally, Steve Coogan and Rob Brydon are doing another season of The Trip. Did you ever watch The Trip?
Nah.
I saw the adverts for it, and it did like the 2 versions of Michael Caine, and then I completely forgot what the program was called, so I don't think I've really caught any of it.
The Trip was originally a BBC show, and they were 6-parters, and they were directed by Michael Winterbottom, who's done quite a few decent things. And it's basically just them two going around drinking wine and doing Michael Caine impressions for like half an hour. So it depends how into the idea of that you are, but it's all right. It's quite a chilled out watch. But I think in America they put them out as like slightly cut movies. So they're
segments
just
on it,
yeah, but they're quite good. The first one's all set in like the I think it's all like in the Peak District or something, and the second one was all set in Italy, and this one they're going to go to Spain, where they will visit Cantabria, the Basque region, Aragon, Rioja, Castilla-La Mancha, and Andalusia. And
is it a partial travel program as well then?
Not really, because they don't really like make a big deal about where they are.
Hang on, so they just go around doing Michael Caine impressions. That's the whole premise of the show.
Well, and other conversations. It's like
they sit opposite each other, kind of like Smith and Jones, don't they?
Yeah, and eat ridiculous food, drink lovely wine, and just make wisecracks about random stuff. I don't even think it's scripted. It's just like them two just going
just
around
chatting and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay,
but
cool.
I'll watch it, because I watch the others. They're really funny.
Alright.
Yeah.
Cool. I might catch 1 or 2 of them.
Just watch some of the first one, see if you like it. They're playing like versions of themselves, like Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Okay, that sounds quite good.
It's quite good. It is quite good. Yeah, not to be taken too seriously, as we can often do,
we are
sometimes.
A very serious media outlet here at the Not Watching podcast.
So I hope you've enjoyed this especially serious Not Watching podcast in partnership with notlistening.co.uk, where you can also hear myself and Ian talk about video games and virtual reality on the Not Playing podcast, and Adam, Ash and Will talk about all manner of much less serious things on the Not Listening podcast. You can email us at notwatchingpodcast@gmail.com, or you can tweet at or follow us on Twitter at notwatchingpod. You can find the show notes for this show at notlistening.co.uk, and if you're listening to us on iTunes, then please do give us a review. Anyway, that's all for now. Thanks for listening. See ya!
Bye.